That's a good game. Audio's on.
Total by 30.
Audio's on.
That's all right.
Check 1, 2. Check.
Oh!
Here you go. There's dinner for you.
Thank God. Some water. Yeah, and Chap calls me. So I'm phoning him 30 minutes, sitting in the truck.
Well, blame's on.
It's okay.
Okay. Just run you.
Chap, I gotta go to work. High School Huddle. Edit. Save. Dang, I should have went.
It's the last place you need to be right now. I know. It's still the last place you need to be right now.
Call him back!
Let's see here. Making sure the comments are working. I don't have a comment yet.
I think my what do you call that? I think.
Arm?
Computer.
No, right.
Head?
Head.
Microphone? Sure.
Water.
That's way too much. My
Bottom third.
the different.
Pecs?
Oh yeah.
Your head? Your
I have
forehead?
the smallest head amongst everybody in the room.
That's a fact.
It's illusion. It's an illusion.
Yeah, microphone.
Oh,
By the way, what's on my head right now before you forget,
Yeah.
I listen to the audio podcast, and I can tell when you're not talking to the microphone.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do better.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just get in trouble on TV.
Yes.
Well, no, I was just helping him out.
Got sent to the principal's office.
No, it was a reminder.
Twice this week.
It's just a reminder.
Jason, did you see Jason Reese and I get sent to the principal's office this week on Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Don't mess with Chris on Facebook.
No. Chris got fans.
There is a
Holy
plethora
smokes.
of people.
Whoa. Okay. Resolution. I think I don't have. That might be why my doesn't look as sharp. It's got to be the resolution I have it set on.
Go down here.
Well, be careful what you click on.
I know. See
Okay.
this little thing right here?
Yeah.
Click that.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, is that the problem? Oh, good Lord. Oh, holy smokes. It's like 2024 right now. I was in 1984 before.
It's like getting a haircut. You look so much better.
My good, look how, oh, my head is shiny. Can I put this down a little bit? Wow. I thought of the resolution thing all by myself.
Well,
You did, yeah.
I'm proud of
Oh,
myself.
you thought of it?
I did.
Yeah. We got there. So it's always been 144?
Evidently.
Like
Yeah.
360s. I even forgot there was a 144.
That was the lowest.
Like 360, I thought was the lowest, but
Well, can you imagine how much better my presentation is? Because I remember a couple weeks ago, I'm like, my screen must be
oh yeah,
dirty.
you were cleaning it. Yeah, I didn't look at it that close.
Well, that didn't really help that much. Oh, that looks so good.
Pretty sharp. And
Well, that's a bunch of head right there. Let me see here. See if that's better.
I have an option of maybe bringing in the big camera into the
Now
studio.
you can't see my work.
Yeah.
Put that back on.
You put it on backwards.
Oh no, that's a bad look. I don't have just for everybody. I don't have the right shape of head to wear a hat backwards. Look at that. That's terrible. I look like I just fell off a short bus.
Again. T. Fred says hello. Want to give a special shout out to Duncan Public Schools for honoring Zach Tallwater before the game. They did a moment of silence after they explained what happened. Oh, that's very cool. That is cool. Also, they gave McGinnis a football that was really nice, and it said in memory of Zach Tallwater, 88. Awesome.
That was very nice. And then McGinnis proceeded to give them a 77-0 beating.
Was it that close?
Well, I don't know if it was that close.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Phil's already done that. I'm sure Ronnie's working on that here in a second. Leslie says, howdy.
Leslie.
Dallas says, evening. I got a lot. I came prepared with a lot of notes tonight.
We're gonna keep it 99.9.
And note cards. I got all the.
Where's my card? I'll take this one.
No, it's fine.
When did I ever get a card?
Did you never use it? Need it?
Well, I'd like to have one.
Oh,
Just like to have one so I can feel like I'm part of. Oh, two of them? Oh, just one. Oh, just one?
just one.
Okay.
You're not going to do anything with that one.
Can I have a pen too, please?
Maybe you'll come up with some notes
Have a
though.
pen over there too?
The one that you think is yours.
Something might strike me as important.
Dallas, when do I get a card? Oh,
We'll get you one in the mail.
we have plans to be at UCO if you want to join us.
Oh, that's true. We will be at UCO.
That would be fun. Have Dallas come join us.
Well, I'm sure you probably would like that as well.
I think he'd like to join us at UCO.
So if you come to UCO, we'll bring cards. Dallas has plans to be there December 6th.
Oh, specific.
See, that would be day two of 6.
Yeah. A lot of days coming up at UCO.
Will
sounds
go
like
12
basketball.
says good evening, Phillips, and has a smile or a frown for Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Oh,
He
Will
said,
go,
he said, good evening, fellas. And then he went, Ronnie.
Oh,
is that Dominique?
well, I mean, his team lost. I went 8-2.
Our team lost.
Yeah, your team, y'all's team.
No, our
lost.
team won last week.
Well, they wasn't that game wasn't in the.
Yeah, but we won.
No. The Fairview lost or Plainview lost.
Plainview lost?
Yes, they ended up they came back and beat them.
That's right. Heartbreaker.
They made my card.
Sure
Phil.
was 21-7 in the fourth quarter.
They made my card. Undefeated. Look at the bottom. You don't want to be on the bottom of this
Yeah.
list.
Fairview. Yeah. Probably won't even make it past the quarterfinals this year.
Yeah. I knew that Fairview was.
Hold
doomed.
on. Are we talking about Plainview?
I'm talking about Fairview now.
Oh boy.
I knew Fairview was
Boy, you
doomed when
guys-
Phil goes, there's no way they're going to lose. They got to do that. It's the lock. I said,
I locked it down.
Yeah.
they're going to lose.
We all lost the game, but Phil
Yeah.
He lost
and lost
it
it.
down.
my druple down.
Well, I just want to point out, if you're not willing to put it out there and celebrate the 10-0 weeks like I had the week before last, then you got to live with 7-3 sometimes.
Oh, so that's what it is. He goes 10-0. He didn't say nothing, but now that when it doesn't go 10-0, we're going to hear about it. Well, I went 10-0, right? Is that what we're going to hear?
Well, I'm going 10-0 this week. Did you see the games?
Oh, easy
games
Yeah,
today.
easy games.
10-0.
after you, I can make them harder, but
Oh no,
Well, let's not do that.
yeah, you got
Calm down.
still gonna have good games, but
They're good
My-
games. No, he
my
made
goal
a good
is-
point. As I was saying about the making it more difficult, he goes, well, I could pick teams like that are both 1-6 and have you pick that.
Ooh, that'd be
Norway
tough.
North against Evan Santa Fe.
Oh,
North,
who I'd take on that.
North wins that one.
I'd take Santa Fe.
North had the almost
I'd
closest
take
win.
Norway North. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I'd be 1-0 and you guys would be 0-1.
Yeah, right.
That's how that works.
Oh, it is 6:00.
Oh, lost connection? Leslie's?
No, I'm assuming hers.
We're still good. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming hers.
Good evening and welcome to the High School Huddle. It is week 8 of the high school football season, Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024. Appreciate the great crowd already checking us out on the live show on Second Banana Media YouTube and on Facebook. on our High School Huddle page. However you want to find us, we appreciate that. Time to put in some comments and questions and your picks and all that great stuff in the comments. Looking for a great show here tonight. Along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, I'm Chris Evans. We are set for another set of games this week on Thursday and Friday as we draw closer to the end of the regular season. We fight to get it here, and it goes by so fast.
This is the fastest year ever.
Feels like it.
I don't know if that's because, we're old
Could
or
be.
what, but
Well,
it is, well,
yeah.
I don't know if it's because I'm old or what, but this has went extremely fast. Extremely fast.
And I think these shows help. It just
Kind of bridges it.
excited for
Yeah,
the,
it bridges
for,
it.
for the
Yeah.
shows, and
Yeah.
so it does go by fast, and it's just we have the show on Wednesday, then we have some games on Thursday, we have some games on Friday, and then we use the weekend to see what happened over the weekend, then we
Right.
get ready for the next week on Monday. It's just
And I think that's
repetitive.
also because there's there's Thursday and Friday games.
Yeah.
I think so. For us, we go Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday college
Yep.
football.
It's Saturday review.
Yeah,
of the
review.
games,
But you know what
scores.
I mean? It's
Yeah.
just there's just so much that
I feel
football.
like it's been forever since we saw a high school football game because they're all played on Thursday.
It seems like it.
It seemed
doesn't
like
it?
it did seem like it was longer.
Yeah.
But we definitely have a lot of football to get to. I think we got some topics off the field that we
good.
can
I like those.
maybe get into here in a
those.
little bit. But we do want to say congratulations to some more state champions this week as Class 3A, 4A, 5A, and 6A state softball championships were played over the weekend at Devon Park, I think is what it's called, Hall of Fame Stadium. Now I'm starting to be the old guy calling it the old
Yep,
the old
that's right.
names. But Devon Park and Oklahoma City. Lone Grove 3A state champions beat Washington 13-2. Weatherford in Class 4A defeats Purcell 5-0. Class 5A Pryor defeats Piedmont 7-4. Yes, Piedmont 5A. They've been in 6A and everything for a little while, but they finally concluded their 5A tour. In softball, Pryor wins the state championship. At Owasso takes down Choctaw 10-3 for the Class 6A state championship. So congratulations to those teams. Thursday, Friday, Saturday is the state volleyball tournament for Class 5A and 6A. Those matches being played in Moore and Westmore. 5A state tournament will feature Mount St. Mary taking on Shawnee. Oklahoma Christian School taking on Claremore. Bishop McGinnis High School taking on Duncan. And Carl Albert taking on Booker T. Washington. State championship will be at Moore on Saturday at 1:30. 6A volleyball tournament will feature Moore versus Westmore. How about that first round match? Moore, Westmore.
That's awesome.
I don't care what sport it
Yeah,
is.
that's
cool.
good.
At being played in Moore too. Edmond Memorial takes on Broken Arrow. Edmond Santa Fe versus Jinx, and Edmond North against Deer Creek. And the 6A state championship will be 11 a.m. on Saturday. So we talked a lot of football, but we definitely want to give out shout outs to softball and volleyball.
Absolutely. Some great games played over the weekend. Great stuff coming up this weekend in volleyball. And volleyball is fun. We've talked about
is.
this before. It's a fun spectator sport. We said this, I think, last week, but growing up in Kansas, volleyball is huge in Kansas. And so when we moved to Oklahoma, I was like, what do you mean we don't have a volleyball team?
Yeah.
So we have one now, but when we moved here, we didn't. So in the town we live in. So it's good to see. It's a great sport.
Dallas says, let's go Lady Rams.
There you go.
I don't see Owasso in the state volleyball tournament. So Owasso volleyball not keeping up with the great fall tradition. So for the football team, the softball team, we'll see about
We
the
get to
cross-country
change our
team.
state champion picks in week 10, right?
Week 11.
Week 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you always want to stay, if you can, stay with your
Well, you want
championship
to.
pick from the regular
You want
season.
to.
I'm
Yeah.
not changing anything.
I'm
Not changing.
changing one.
Changing one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe two after last week's disappointment.
I'm picking Plainview.
Well,
What?
Going all in.
that's Phil's job.
That's my job.
Coming up, we will talk about the undefeated teams. We lost a handful.
Fewer and fewer.
Actually, a little bit more than a handful, but they do get fewer and fewer on here. So I don't know where to go with Phil on the next topic. We can
boy.
talk. We can
I
talk.
didn't have a nap before the show, so
Yeah,
that'll help.
We can talk about parents. We can talk about expectations.
Parents are fun. Parents is always a fun conversation.
Let me get loosened up here.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's. I would just say parents need to have realistic. What's the word, Phil?
They need to be aware of who their children are.
Be realistic.
Be realistic.
Of what they're
Of the talents of their child.
correct.
Yes.
There's only so many Division I quarterbacks. There's only so many players that can go to OU softball. There's only a certain amount of players that might not be good at UCO. So they have to go to Southwestern, which is perfectly fine.
That's my point.
That is perfectly fine to go to those schools.
We've been working high school sports for years. You much longer than Ronnie and I, but all of us for a long, long time. I've never I understand it from the kiddo. I mean, every kid, if you grow up and you're a OU fan, you're an OU house, every kid that plays football wants to play for OU until they get to a certain point. But there's a certain point in every young person's life where they need adults helping them to have realistic expectations of what's going on. There is no shame. I would rather go, and we've had this discussion, we disagree on this, I'd rather go be a 3-year starter at UCO and have a great career and get to play the game I love and get my school paid for than to go be a walk-on at OU or OSU and never step on the field.
Well,
I mean, I just would. I don't understand it. There's no shame in going Division II, Division III, NAIA. There's no shame in that.
Especially these days with the NIL, D3 kids and D2 kids are playing to go to D1. So, I mean,
it's crazy.
It's like going to a JUCO back in the day. I mean, that's all it is.
And another thing that is really bothering me more and more as I hear it, and maybe I need to get away from it, but I is kids worrying about their numbers and stats more than the team. I guess I'm becoming the old guy, but it's about me, and I'm doing this. I saw a kid being interviewed, and he knew his numbers. To the T. Yes, he knew his numbers.
And actually said he was at a camp with a guy that's now playing for a Power 4 school, and he threw a ball better than the guy that's at the Power 4 school. And this kid's at best a D2 kid.
D2, yeah. But
I mean, just crazy.
And it's just.
Well, what's bringing this up, by the way?
Yeah.
There's a bunch. It's just all over the state.
It's everywhere.
Okay.
We were listening to some interviews that were done with some high school kids, and it's not just in Oklahoma either. It's everywhere in the country. But when you have kids, when they say what's your measurables, and I'm going to just throw this out for a second. The Fairview kid, the quarterback, I just went blank. Jax Bernard, an unbelievable high school career. Nowhere near a Division I quarterback.
Right, you played good. Yeah,
it doesn't mean he's not a great high school football player.
And a 4-star offensive lineman doesn't mean they're good in college.
Correct. We've watched that before down here.
Yeah.
I mean, live. Mm-hmm. And the big time recruit, like that week, signed to go to OU. The OU offensive line coach is at the Rock in Guthrie, where we live, to watch the kid play. And one of our defensive ends, who did go on to play in the NFL, had 5 sacks on him that night. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't transfer necessarily. I mean, but the point is adults. I think it starts at home. You've got to set at some point. Okay. Now I'm being 1984 Phil, but at some point there used to be a time where adults would sit down and have conversations with their kids. And not just continue to tell them that they're great at everything they do. There's nothing wrong with saying, listen, Jimmy, you're 5'11", you weigh 222 pounds, and you're a hell of an offensive lineman in 5A football. You're not going to OU or OSU.
I know exactly. I can think of somebody in our town.
If you want to play college football, there's a place for that kid if he's a good player. There's a place he can go play. But but be real. Help your kids be realistic.
But instead, it's the coach's fault.
It's always the coach's fault. Every time, it's the coach's fault. Well, this coach doesn't do this, and this coach doesn't do that. And in other sports, and it's getting this way now in football with these 7-on-7 camps or teams.
Moneymaker for some people.
They're moneymaker for all of them.
Yeah.
This is what they're saying. Well, these school coaches, they got to know that these kids are competing for scholarships. You don't think these high school coaches know this?
Yeah.
Maybe the reality is the high school coach has been around them since they were in Little League football. Mm-hmm. He sees them walk the halls at the school. He knows what kind of citizen they are. He knows what kind of student they are. He knows what kind of teammate they are, not just once a week or over the summer months, but all the damn time.
Most high schools, more, yeah. For sure, 4A lower, that's probably that way, but maybe not as much.
And with all that
I think 5A lower.
Maybe 5'8".
Probably
Well,
6'8", too lower. You're going to tell me the head coach at Muskogee doesn't know his kids?
Oh, no, they would, yeah.
I mean,
the powerhouse is in 5A, 6A, either side, probably not as much as what you're saying. But yes, majority, 100%.
I'm just saying it's, I hear this one more time, my head's going to explode. It's literally going to explode.
Well, my next one will probably make that.
If I hear one more time, my kid's not playing because you got to be a certain name or you got to be.
Oh my gosh!
No,
yes.
Believe me, every coach in America wants to win every game. They don't care if they like the kid or they don't like the kid. If they are the best player, they will play them.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just mind-numbing to hear some of the stuff that comes out of people's mouths.
Then they get mad and threaten to transfer. You know what? If
yeah.
you don't want to go to your school, see ya. Don't go. Don't look for rallies or people. Oh no, please stay, please stay. No, go. If you want to get away from your school, go. Whether that's high school or college. If you don't want to be there, get out of town.
Leave.
Just leave. The OSSA has given you one free transfer. Take advantage of that. If you don't want to be there, take off.
I'm so tired of talking about it. I mean, it's just it's annoying.
I coach high school baseball, and my son, he's going to be in 8th grade this year. And I told him, I said, dude, if I was your coach, you ain't starting, you ain't playing. You got to get better. I mean, that's just the way it is. I don't care who you are. If you're good enough to play, I'm going to play you.
I've told this story about my son Ty when in Little League football I was coaching. And early on in the season, I said, all right, all quarterbacks, wide receivers, you go over here with Coach Hastings. All you big boys, you come with me. And Ty starts trotting over there with the quarterbacks. And I said, Nichols, get over here. You can't throw the ball. You can't run. And you can't catch. You're a lineman. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
If you're a stud in Little League, that does not necessarily mean you're going to be good in junior high.
There's been
if you're undefeated in junior high, does not mean you're going to be a great high school player. If you're a 4-star offensive lineman going to OU, and you might not be a good D1 offensive lineman.
I mean,
it happens.
You know how many junior high All-Americans have come through every small town in America?
Oh, yeah.
If you happen to be $160 in the 7th grade and you're 5'9", and you're shaving already, and you're running over people, most kids are done growing. And guess what? Very few of those kids develop through high school and become studs. That's just how it is. There's nothing. It's just natural. It's part of the process.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I don't want my kid to be the best player on the junior high team.
No.
I don't want him the best kid on Little League.
I want him to be the best kid his junior and senior year.
Yeah.
I mean,
and if he's decent or if she's good, then there's players better. Then hey, we're going to win a lot of games.
It's just, but it starts at home. Parents have got to not feed the beast, and feeding the beast means planting stuff in your kid's head that's not good for your own kid.
Yeah,
or going after coaches. Everybody goes after the coach.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
on all levels.
On all levels.
From the team that played in a state championship softball game team, we're already having meetings in offices the day after playing a state championship.
Insane.
Softball game.
Insane.
Oh, the coach. Well, we can't tell the coach because then the coach is not going to play her or play this. So we have to do this behind their back. Oh my God.
I just don't understand. If you're going to if you feel that way, because I remember even back in the good old days when we wore leather helmets, Chris, when I played.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, that was great.
Black and white photos.
That's right. Even back in the good old days, if there were parents that had concerns, guess what those parents would do? You never heard about it in the community. They would go have a meeting with the coach one-on-one.
They look for allies. Build a team.
They would go have a talk. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. But what I never experienced personally, was a parent that threatened to jerk their kid off the team, or we're going to get this coach fired. Remember, high school coaches, most of them, not all of them, especially smaller ball, they're teachers that happen to be getting paid most times a very small stipend.
Yeah.
To coach. That's all. They're not everybody wants to win every game they play. I want our school to win every game they play in every sport.
The only bad thing about that, Phil, is the other team tries to do the same thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so,
it happens.
And so the reality is that
sometimes the best team doesn't win.
That's right. But that doesn't mean there's something fundamentally wrong with the coaching staff all of a sudden. I mean, I go back to Broken Arrow, what Broken Arrow did a few years ago. No, I'm not an insider in Broken Arrow.
Might be doing it again this year.
All I know is they had a coach win their first state title over there, and the next year he was gone. Now, maybe there was other stuff, not that I've heard of, but it's insanity when you hear people say, well, how long before they get rid of this coach? He's just not winning. Well, he's been a 28-year employee of the school district, and he teaches science.
Yeah.
It's a little hard to find a science teacher that's got 28 years experience. Maybe we need to reevaluate our priorities on what's really going on in high school athletics.
But that summer coach, Phil, is telling me.
Yeah, that summer coach that delivers
My private instructor.
That summer coach that also has a job delivering beer to convenience stores Monday through Friday.
Making more money on these camps.
That's right.
Yeah.
But he knows better.
Yeah.
Or she knows better. It's absolutely insanity. Hate it.
Are there people out there probably know this? Are there guidelines that parents have to follow if they want to go speak to a coach? Because I know, for instance, in Perrysburg, Ohio, where we moved from, the athletic director up there, they called a all parents meeting for all sports. Anybody who wanted to come was allowed to come in all sports. They went into the gym. The athletic director said, "Thank you for coming." Blah blah blah. Here's the rules. If you ever have a problem with any of my coaches, there's a 24-hour rule. You don't say anything to nobody. You don't say nothing to the coach. You don't say nothing to me.
How about 24-second rule?
You have to send, and if you want to have a talk to this coach, you will never go to talk to this coach on the field because we don't go to your place of work and we don't confront you when you do something bad. So if you ever want to have a discussion with my coach, you have to email me and tag the coach in there, and we will set up a meeting privately. I mean, I think that's a pretty good way to go about it, but I don't think there's protocols in place.
I think it's district by district. Everybody has their own way of doing it, I would assume.
Yeah.
But
I sort of like if we're having parents come in talking to ADs, bring the coach in. You got something to say? Let's do it right here.
If you're going to say it to the person you're talking about.
And that's what the agent says. She goes, you're going to have a meeting with me and the coach you're mad about, and you're going to say it in front of them.
Yeah.
And listen.
Against the top 10 teams, your kid bat at 143. What do I do with that?
Well, it's like on a much bigger scale. It's OU. Now, I personally believe that Seth was. I brought down Seth Luttrell.
Yes,
by myself.
at UCO.
You did.
At UCO.
Yep.
It all started last year.
There.
It all started last year when Seth and I had an interaction. So that's my fault.
No, it was a day game.
It was a day game.
5A state championship.
Oh yeah.
Or before the 5A state.
Well, that's right.
After.
No, it was before. It was before.
Yeah.
And then we met again at halftime, and then I was doing injury reports in the 3A game later. But anyway, so Seth Luttrell didn't go out and throw an interception. Seth Luttrell didn't drop the ball and fumble. Now, I think that Seth Luttrell is, and I like Seth Luttrell. I mean, I do as a coach. I like him. I think some people just aren't ready for the moment, or that they just now. But remember,
he wasn't given a
fair shot because he's got a very not good offensive line.
Well, no, the worst offensive line.
Thank you. I was trying to be kind.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
And he's playing when your number one receiver last week is a walk-on true freshman.
Hey, he played good.
He did play good. But when that's your number one receiver because of injuries, so we're going to fire him? Do you think the offense is going to get better next week?
I'll play devil's advocate.
They installed that offense months ago.
Right. So
and they're going to run the same offense.
Their top 5 receivers are down, but the people you have behind them, they're 4-star recruits. Yeah. So whether those kids are developed or not is another thing. But again, Seth Luttrell, he didn't have the wow factor that OU's
that's what it came down.
And that's
to.
what it is. He wasn't creative enough to find ways to get guys open. Like those 4-star kids that are playing now, forced to play, he's got to find a way for those kids to get open, motion or whatever. He don't have the wow factor. It's 100% the truth on him.
So I don't necessarily have a problem with making a change. I don't think it makes sense to make the change in the middle of the year. That change was made, in my opinion,
to save his hide
because he had to make a change.
Yeah.
I don't think Coach V came up with that decision by himself.
And we got to get a break because we got a lot of great things coming up here in a second. I'll tell you, but to finish that up, I think the coach had to make a decision before everyone on his staff doesn't have a job.
Correct.
And he's kind of grasping.
One last thing, I just want to say this: parents, please be realistic with your kids. It's okay.
Tell them you love them.
Love them all the time. Support them. Cheer loud for them. Be their biggest advocates. But be realistic with your kids.
Yeah.
I mean, don't, if little Jimmy is 5'8" and averages 9 points a game in a 4A school, he's probably not going to play at KU in basketball.
probably
I mean,
not.
it's okay.
All right, we're up against our first break, and you thought that segment was fun. Wait until the next segment here. We got some teams that were undefeated last week, no longer undefeated this year.
Darn it.
Everyone's not real happy with 6A football, 1, 2, and 5A, but I've done a little bit of work at some playoff scenarios. Oh. And I think, yes, those schools are they're top heavy, but I think if we look ahead, there's going to be some fun matchups. I think it'll be fun once we get there. So so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Fairview Hooker game, our game last week, game of the week. That went quick. There's some other great games out there as well. So we got a bunch to get into. Our top 5 rankings are out this week, and we got the top 10 games of the week to choose from. So we got a whole lot to get to. We're going to take our opening timeout. We are sponsored by our title sponsor, Red River Roofing. We appreciate everything that they do, along with our other great sponsors as well. Timeout. This is the High School Huddle.
At home, the office, or your commercial building, you want a professional roofing contractor you can trust. Red River Roofing Siding and Windows has been the Oklahoma leader in residential and commercial roof repair, maintenance, and replacement for over 2 decades. Partnering with the best manufacturers to offer the best roofing systems with the best warranty protection and the best financing plan in the industry. Avoid the high volume of underqualified, untrained contractors and call Red River Roofing Siding and Windows today.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471. Welcome back, High School Huddle. Phil, Ronnie, Chris, we've taken deep breaths. We're ready to go here for segment number 2. Big thank you to our title sponsor, Red River Roofing. And not just roof, but siding, windows, all that great stuff with Red River Roofing. We have great sponsors up down the list. Hopefully you saw the commercials. If you go in there, tell them thank you for this show every Wednesday night throughout the entire football season, all the way through the middle of December. And one of our great sponsors, Mosquito Authority, Mosquito Pest. And Ronnie and Sarah operate that operation. And things are moving rather quickly.
Big news.
Yeah, big news. I know Chris and Phil know we've been working on this for the last 2 or 3 years, and we finally got it done on Monday. We have expanded, so we are no longer just restricted to Guthrie, Stillwater area. We have now bought the territories from Edmond all the way down to Purcell. So if you're in Tuttle, Blanchard, Nichols Hills, Newcastle, all those areas, Norman, Carl Albert, Midwest City, Choctaw, a lot of good football schools, a lot of good football teams.
If you guys said Blanchard, you didn't say Tuttle.
Oh, Blanchard's in there as well. Yeah, we love Blanchard.
There's a lot of bugs.
A lot of bugs there. So
is Tuttle in your?
Tuttle's in there too. Oh yeah.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Carl Albert.
Carl Albert. Yeah, we're in Midwest City as well. So
Choctaw.
Oh yeah, Choctaw.
You picked Choctaw last
I did pick
week.
Choctaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you need any mosquito pest control services, go ahead and give us a call, 405-916-0471. Mention High School Huddle, and you will get a great discount.
100% off?
Well, it just depends. You might get a Barrier 360 treatment for free, a mosquito spray for next year. If you get a termite job, you might get 20% off on that.
If you're already customers.
Oh, new customers only. Sorry, new customers only.
We always get left out, Chris.
New customers only.
We always get left out.
That is awesome news.
That
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're excited.
Good stuff.
Expansion is a cool thing.
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool. So, do you have more customers in Blanchard or more customers in Tuttle right now?
Tuttle's winning right now.
Oh, well, so that you're picking Tuttle to win your
I got Tuttle right now.
Game of the week?
I got Tuttle right now unless we get some phone calls.
All right, we'll see. We'll put your record on the line if you really do like that Tuttle team. So, the Tuttle transfers. We'll talk about that game and a whole lot more. That is definitely our game of the week. We'll definitely spoil that here. So, a lot of we brought it up on the show that Carl Albert, Dell City more than likely will play in a state semifinal game if everything goes as expected. Yeah. We mentioned maybe Wagner, Elgin, or Tuttle or Blanchard in a second round in a semifinal game. And a lot of people, I think that message has gotten out a little bit and are a little upset that it's happened. Well, it's just the way
districts work.
And it's the Oklahoma Football Coaches Association put these together.
Yeah.
The coaches.
Yeah. The Oklahoma Football Coaches Association. Yeah. Coaches put, the 5A coaches get together after the East-West. So the East coaches talk about how they want to split their 2 districts up, and so forth, so on. So, and then they submit those to the OSSAA. So that's how the playoff brackets are assigned. Football coaches usually know who's going to be up, who's going to be down, and they tell the other fellow coaches, "Hey, we're going to be down this year." And like, well, the other coach, well, you got this come back, you're going to be okay. So there's a back and forth.
A lot of jockeying.
Yeah. And sometimes not everyone agrees, and it comes down to a vote. And so Dell City and Carl Albert in District 2, Dell City moved to District 4. They were in 3 last year, so that they're on the same side of the bracket. 1 and 3 matchup, 2 and 4 districts matchup. So it's the coaches that send it to the OSSA, and that's how the bracket. So yes, sometimes it does suck. Now in softball, they do reassign,
which is good.
The coaches get together and they go 1 through 8 and they redo that. With so many teams in football, I don't think you can. With 4, 8, 12, 16 schools. I
mean, back in 2009 in our hometown, the 2 best teams in 5A played in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Yeah. I mean, and it does suck from a fan's perspective, but it is how it is.
And how do we know if, Collinsville, a highly projected team early on, they've had some injuries. Now they're not the team that we thought they were.
Right.
So, if Dell City doesn't get transfers, or maybe they're not the team that we thought they would be. So there's a lot of moving parts to that. And I know a lot of people are really upset about that. But anyway, so the other part of that is a lot of people aren't real happy. 6A1's top heavy, 6A2's top heavy, 5A's top heavy.
Top heavy every year.
So, look at 6A1. By the way, it looks like Bixby and Union, more than likely on the same side of the bracket.
Yep.
Owasso and Jinx on the same side of the bracket. But there's how about a potential first round game? Norman versus Broken Arrow.
Yeah,
that's That's good.
That's good for those teams,
Yeah.
those schools.
Yeah. It could be Broken Arrow against Mustang.
Yeah.
How about Deer Creek versus Norman North or Edmond Santa Fe? Deer Creek heavy favorites, but boy, you don't want to get beat by Norman North or Edmond Santa Fe,
and
who just got their first victory this
year. You could.
Yeah, could. So, how about more than likely we'll have Ed Memorial against Moore? Mm-hmm. That's a fun first round game.
Good game.
So there are some in 6A2, Choctaw Sand Springs more than likely on one side of the bracket, Muskogee against either Stillwater or Piedmont on one side of the bracket. But then you have like maybe Sapulpa against Lawton Ike. I mean, that could be interesting. Yeah. How about Pump City against Ponca or Bartlesville? I mean, not as
but matchups, right? We're talking about matchups.
Yeah. And you know what? We talked about Del City and Carl Albert being on one side of the bracket, so they won't meet in the state championship unless something crazy happens. Got 3 upsets, Carl Albert, that messes all that up. Yeah. But I'm okay with that.
I am too.
I saw that game last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a game.
And that should have been a first round game.
And if you're Del City, if you're in the minds of Del City, Carl Albert, you're the best 2 teams. A lot of people agree with that. You have to beat them sometime anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to go through them.
Well, and that's the whole thing. In 2002, we saw a team go run a gauntlet of opponents that every week you'd get in and go, well, it's been a good year. These kids got nothing to be ashamed of. And then they'd win. Yeah. And those are the years you remember forever. I mean, those are those legendary teams for that community that they'll always talk about, right?
Yep.
I mean, so to me, that's part of the intrigue of high school sports. If there is a place where an underdog can find a way to win, I can't remember the opponent, but it was Clinton against somebody 3 or 4 years ago in the state championship. Remember?
Yep.
Clinton was big time underdogs, and they did that little
dog walked them.
Oh,
little duck.
Mm-hmm. Little duck. Yep. Yeah. We had all had flashbacks to Carl Albert.
Yeah.
They won the state title.
Yeah.
And they weren't supposed to. That's a cool thing.
They dominated that game.
They dominated.
They did a real good job.
Yeah.
Dallas says, I think Ed Memorial will beat Union, which, these are just projected.
Yeah,
if everything goes, but Dallas says, I think Ed Memorial will beat Union. If that's the case, Owasso, Jinx, and Union on the same side.
But if that's the case, that makes Union, if Union loses to Edmond Memorial, are they really a threat on that side?
True.
They lost Stillwater.
So it's there's 2 sides to it. And
you're just playing names at that point.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. When you get to 6A1, there's a lot of name playing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, Ada was dominant in high school football. Mm-hmm. Now, they're a good little team.
Poto.
There was a run there when Anadarko, nobody could beat Anadarko. Remember? There was a stretch.
No one could beat Guthrie
during a stretch. I mean, that's high school sports. Kids graduate. High school still, not as much as they used to, play with the kids that are there.
Yeah.
Now, in a lot of communities, that's not true anymore. You get 5, 6 transfers every year. So it's changed some. And the other thing about high school sports, I've said this repeatedly, I really believe this. I don't know if everybody else does. In high school sports, the best team usually wins. Usually wins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very rare that the better team doesn't win in high school sports.
Now, there's teams like Moore and Norman who are pretty close to each other. Those are going to be toss-ups. But if Owasso plays Edmond Santa Fe, more times than not, Owasso is usually the better team. When you look at the 4A bracket, we knew Elgin, Wagner, either Tuttle or Blanchard will be on one side of the bracket. But when you look at Class 3A football, potentially, Heritage Hall and Lincoln Christian would meet in a semifinal game. And that's number 1 versus number 2 in Class 3A football.
Yeah.
So now when you get to 2A1, it does look like Millwood and Washington would be on the opposite side of the bracket. So, but anyway, there's a lot of scenarios. I had those here. I might do something more on that a little bit later on. But we definitely want to get to some of the games played on the field. So back in week 6, we had 26 undefeated teams.
Oh boy.
In week 7, we lost 3.
Yep.
Down to 23. This past week, we lost 6.
Oh boy.
We now have 17 undefeated teams in high school football, in 11-man football, 6A all the way down to A. Who is the lone undefeated team in 6A?
That would be Owasso.
They have a 7-game winning streak. Okay?
Best team in the state.
6A2, only 1 undefeated team.
Muskogee.
They are on a 10-game winning streak. Class 5A.
Got Carl Albert.
They are on a
118.
32. They've won 32 in a row. Class 4A, there are 4 undefeated teams.
You got Elgin. You got Wagner.
Elgin and Widener both with 7-game winning
I like how you
streaks.
said Elgin first.
Yeah.
It's in your head.
It is. You got Tuttle.
7-game winning streak.
You got Blanchard.
19-game winning
state
streak.
champions.
And defending state champions. Blanchard, Tuttle, you get to pick that game first.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, he got the box.
Oh, that's right. You got the box.
Yeah.
My bad.
It's a good run.
Yeah, no, 4-week run. I'll take
a
it.
great run.
Yeah, thank you.
3A, one undefeated team.
Oh, I know this. Why did I just go blank?
The number 1 team.
Lincoln Christian.
Yes.
21-game winning streak. 2A football, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 undefeated teams. And now the longest winning streak in the state of Oklahoma after Fairview got beat last week.
Oh, boy.
Talk about that here in a second.
Vian?
Washington.
One of them.
Vian's one of them. They have a 7-game winning
Washington.
streak. Washington, 37-game win streak. They beat Marlowe in overtime.
Yeah. Crazy game.
I tell you,
That was my lock last week.
Washington's had a lot more close games this year than they had the last few years.
Which is going, I think, is good for them.
It is good for them
because everyone's thinking Washington Millwood.
Yep.
So both teams have played good schedule. We'll
Yep.
see. We'll see how that goes off. Also undefeated in 2A football, all with 7-game winning streaks. Obviously, Metro Christian, Stroud, Adair,
Yep.
and Holdenville. The Miners. Okay, Class A football. There are 3 undefeated teams. There were 4.
Yeah, there was.
Now there's 3. Mangum, Tallahena. Excuse me.
Tallahena.
And Woodland.
Woodland's the class of that.
We lost Fairview.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We lost Deer Creek.
Oh, boy.
We lost Grove.
Yeah.
Miami
beat Grove.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Plainview. Who? Plainview.
My Plainview. It's heartbreaking.
Was it the Hall that got them?
It was
the Hall. Yeah, 21-7 to go in the fourth quarter.
Epic. Coach should have fired the coach.
It's coach's fault, of course.
Coach's fault.
We lost Concord.
We lost Concord?
Oh, Ronnie, I'm sorry.
And we lost Hartshorn.
Oh, boy.
That's fine.
There you go.
17 undefeated teams in high school football. Last week.
You got a lot of cards.
Yeah, the rest of the games of the week here. That's our final segment there. So, so the games last week, Fairview win streak, 36 games. Well, I think was 11th. The win streak was the 11th best, longest win streak. Hooker takes it to him, 38-7.
I mean, took them to the woodshed.
Yeah, it was 0-0 after the first quarter.
Ripped them.
12-7 at halftime.
And then the beating began.
And then 26-7 after the third quarter.
Yeah.
And then 12 more points in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Cleet Martins, I watched the game today, and he was by far the best quarterback. But the story for that one was the Hooker defense. Jax Bernard couldn't get anything going.
Yeah.
And they just put pressure on him the entire night from the beginning to the end. It was domination. 38-7 was not even what it felt like. Yeah. So congratulations to Hooker. As expected, it was a great crowd there. And now they are, we would think, the number 1 team. It's not unanimous.
The question is how far does Ringling fall? Or not Ringling, Fairview fall.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dominant win.
They're going to get punished.
How should
pretty dominant.
They're going to get fourth. They're going to get punished.
So, anyway, that was our game of the week last week. How about Norman North picking up their first victory of the season as they get in the win column? They take down Broken Arrow.
Oh, things are not good in Broken Arrow.
Man, the state's largest school.
47-28.
I mean, it's not even
They can't find 22 kids that are pretty good at football over there.
Well, it's the coach's fault.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, they fired that one guy.
Yeah, well, stand by.
Yeah, Dallas asked earlier, not sure why they talked to one of us off the air. We have an idea why.
Yeah, we've been told.
We've been told. But anyway, Norman North senior quarterback Owen Eshelman was pretty big. His tight end, Ben Kohler. Last name sounds familiar.
It does.
Very familiar.
Big brother was a pretty decent tight end himself.
Iowa State.
Yep.
Well, little brother Ben got an offer from
Iowa State.
Yeah,
of course.
Makes sense.
Both of his brothers played at Iowa State.
Legacy deal.
John and Charlie. Of course, Charlie is with the Baltimore Ravens now. And sister, Katie Kohler, she's a volleyball player at Cal State Northridge.
Oh.
So pretty good DNA.
Not too bad. Not too bad. And they're Norman kids.
Yes. Yeah. I remember Charlie Kohler because he played basketball with Trey Young back when I was doing some radio days back in that day. So, so Norman North gets their first victory against Broken Arrow, not Capitol Hill, not Northwest class.
Congratulations, Norman North.
Yeah. So, and Norman North has been battling injuries from the beginning. And they lost a lot of players off of last year's team there. So, North Rock Creek, Caleb Hawkins. A lot of people don't know about him. He's having a great season. He's committed to North Texas as they beat Purcell 42-21, where Seth Luttrell used to coach.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Mean Green.
But anyway, he had
Mean Joe Green played there.
20 carries, 242 yards. So Norman Moore, a game that we had picked here last week. Both of you guys got the game right with Norman. I had picked Moore. It was a great game, 42-35.
Touchdown,
it was a really, really good game there. We'll kind of go over some of the players here, but Crew Knowles had six receptions for 155 yards. Phoenix Murphy is the quarterback there. He is a senior doing a really, really great job there, but he was 14 of 26 for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, and also had 2 scores. Norman led that 28-7, but it was Moore coming back, and I think Moore's lost 3 games in a row after starting off 4-0. They have lost 3 in a row. Wagner quarterback Kel Charbonneau. You listen to this, Ronnie? Listen.
I'm listening.
Listening close.
Kel Charbonneau.
Kel Charbonneau. He threw for 430 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 42-21 victory over Cushing. Cushing's given Wagner troubles over the years. Charbonneau also had several tackles and a fumble recovery at linebacker. So
he might be pretty good.
The number 1 team in Class 4A had a pretty good game last week against the Cushing Tigers as Elgin played.
Who knows?
Those aren't very good numbers. I saw a kid throw for 700 yards state championship game and lose. All right,
that is true. We did watch that.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, we did see that.
He set a state record that night too.
Yeah, set a state record and lost.
Can you imagine 30 years from when that game was? He's going, state championship game. I threw for over 700 yards. You did. Well, what'd you guys win by? Oh no, we lost.
Oh, can I see your ring? Oh, don't got one.
Don't got one.
Another game that we all 3 picked, the Jinx Trojans shut out Deer Creek 28-0. KD Jones was good as advertised, 26 carries, 125 yards, and a score. Had 3 catches, 50 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. The part with that game, Deer Creek without their top 3 wide receivers.
Injured?
Makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah, they were without their top 3 wide receivers, and Adamson, I think he had some turnovers. I think trying to force it a little bit more with the young receivers. So Deer Creek loses for the first time this year without their top 3 receivers against James.
Jones went over to Louisville the next day for a recruiting visit as well.
Oh, Louisville?
Yep.
They always got good uniforms at Louisville.
Yeah,
sweet uniforms. Yeah, really nice uniforms.
We mentioned Edmond Santa Fe. They got their first victory of the year. Tailback and commit Arizona State commit Demarius Robinson, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 21-17 victory over Westmore.
Wow.
Here you go, Ronnie. You listening?
I'm listening.
The High School Huddle's number 2 ranked Elgin Owls won the state's largest paper printed up
last week's.
Last week's.
We'll see last week's rankings.
But the Oklahoman has Elgin number 3.
Yeah. What do they know, Ronnie?
They dropped it from 2 to 3.
That's Metro bias is all that is.
Okay.
That's no different than what the Tulsa World does to the Tulsa teams. Chris, go and give them what happened on that one. When you text me the other day.
There's so many scenarios with Tulsa where I can't remember.
Can't keep up.
What was it?
I forget. You tweeted it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I can't remember what the Tulsa World did. But anyway.
I don't remember what it was.
So Elgin, 56-14 over Weatherford.
Oh, so, rejoice number 1 over number 2 Hooker.
Yeah. So Hooker beats the number 1 team
in the last 30 years.
Rejoice Christian number 1.
Good Lord. So hard to understand.
But Elgin beats Weatherford by 42 points.
That's just what they do.
Yeah. So Ritson Meyer, 20 carries, 192 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Good stuff. Oh, Leslie's doing some scouting.
Leslie asks, are Deer Creek receivers coming back this week? I don't know that answer.
I do.
Are they back?
I'm not saying.
Oh, not saying. Okay.
Insider information.
Pauls Valley running back, Baylor commit, Caden Knighton. I think Pauls Valley, they beat Anadarko to snap their 2-game losing streak. So they're back in there. He had 257 rushing yards in the victory over there. Pump City North, PC North fans they've been wanting some respect on the show. We will be talking PC North football. They're in the top 10 games of the week.
PC North have been making some So they've been putting funny faces on some of the posts and stuff like that.
They've been making a lot of noise on social media.
Yeah. So,
6-1, I believe.
6-1 PC North.
Best defense in the state.
That's what some say. So we'll talk about PC North, and as their schedule increases beginning this week, and it only gets bigger and bigger in weeks 9 and 10.
They got stuff they can show out.
Yeah, opportunity.
Absolutely.
So another game last week, Claremore-Collinsville. It was a back-and-forth game. Claremore rallies to beat Collinsville 35-34.
We all lost that one.
In a 5A East game. And 5A East, I mean, it's hard to figure out.
Yeah, it is.
Pryor beats somebody good.
Was it Sapaloopa?
No. Pryor beat somebody really good, and then maybe Pryor beat Claremore to snap Claremore's undefeated.
Maybe
that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then Claremore sneaks by Collinsville. So the 5A East is just all over the place right now. But Brad Hosington, Claremore, transfer in from Oologah, 14 of 21 passing, 319 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And I think I have some other notes, but I want to run a little low. Any other games in last week that struck you guys? Let's see here. The teams that
Noble and Altus in a barn burner last week.
Noble Altus
16-14.
16-14.
How many combined wins between those two teams?
3. All three are from Altus.
Stillwater loses to Choctaw 35-28.
I lost that one.
Lost that one.
Ronnie
as well.
won that one.
I got that one.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys had blinders on.
Something like that.
Washington in overtime takes down Marlowe.
They've snuck by a couple games this
year. They have. Let's see here. We mentioned Jinx beating Deer Creek. Adair beats Colcord. We mentioned Norman Moore. Make sure we mentioned Collinsville, Claremore. I've kept my notes. We mentioned Wagner beating Cushing. A lot of notes from last week, Phil.
Yeah.
Nothing really out there.
Owasso beat Edmond Memorial.
Yep.
So
no surprise there.
Those are some of the games from last week. We're up against the next break.
Okay.
Coming up next, our top 5 rankings. We'll kind of go a little bit more into each class, try to break that down. And TBJ says, did you guys watch the last minute of Noble Altus? I'm going to be honest with you, TBJ. No, I did not check that.
Wasn't on our radar, TBJ.
I did not check that one out.
Those 3 combined wins, we were worried about those two teams.
TBJ watches a lot of film, fellas.
Yes, he does.
A lot of film.
Yes, he does.
And, by the way, we're making a 3-hour trip to Altus
on
Friday.
It's only 3 hours? I thought it was longer than that.
Hour 45, 2:45, about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
We're having lunch at.
Oh, I'm eating it. You know where I'm eating at?
Yeah.
Place I always eat when we go to Altus.
Tell me every time.
We're going to stop a lot and have dinner.
Lunch.
Having some fish.
Kenny Gillespie says, go Cashin Wildcats. They had, let's see here. Who did they beat? Oh, I think they beat Crescent.
Yeah.
In the war on 74.
A week before they played Hooker. No shame in losing that game.
But, Cashin dominates Crescent.
Yeah.
As expected.
Yeah, as expected.
Congratulations to the Wildcats. Trying to get back into my top 10 rankings.
Yeah, working hard at it.
Yep. I got them just outside the top 10. Yep. So, all right. We are going to take our second timeout. We are presented by our title sponsor, Red River Roofing. We're going to look at each individual ranking in each class and kind of break those down as what we see there. Coming up, top 10 games of the week. Get ready. We need your picks in the comments coming up here after a couple of timeouts here. This is the High School Huddle.
Mom, Red River's gonna fix our roof.
Buddy, it's gonna be easy getting a quote after that storm. Have you seen those roofers?
I can get you a new roof. Wait.
That will be out of business next week.
Roofing!
Let's quit messing with these clowns and call Red River Roofing.
Exxon was founded by 2 combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey,
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600.
At Mosquito and Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Welcome back, High School Huddle. Week 8 of the high school football season is here. Got a lot of games to get to here in our next segment, so get ready for that. We'd like to get your game picks as we look at our records from last week as well. Overall records coming up here in a few moments, along with Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you. We are presented by our title sponsor, Red River Roofing, along with our other great sponsors as well. Just saw those on there. TBJ's got me interested now. I will go back and check out.
I'm pulling up right now.
I will go back. Oh, Ronnie's going to pick it up. Still concentrate on this show.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I am interested now. When you get there, give me the score with a minute to go. I don't know.
50 seconds. Last 50 seconds.
There's a lot of moving parts right now.
With 50 seconds, we're talking about Noble Altus last week. Let me know what the score is, and then let me know if I need to go back and watch it. So, all right, Phil, as he does that, let's take a look at some rankings.
Yes, sir.
Take a look at, we'll start with Class A2.
Boo.
11-man football. Boo.
Oh, go ahead.
Haven't seen them yet.
No.
A2 rankings, the Cougars, number 1, Woodland High School. Thomas, number 2. I thought we were supposed to move that around.
Move them to 4.
Yeah, this is
oversight.
Don't even look at that.
Yeah, let's just keep going.
That's not good.
No, we're wrong on this.
Yeah. Mangum and Hominy are ahead.
Yes, Thomas is 4.
Thomas is 4.
Yeah, that's right.
Our graphics department will be notified.
Punished.
Oh, punished?
Well.
Okay. A1 football rankings. I think these might be right.
There we go.
Look at the Miners at number 5. Number 1, the new number 1 team in Class A1 football on the High School Huddle is the Hooker Bulldogs.
Rightfully so.
They take down number 1 Fairview 38-7. Wasn't even close.
Yep.
Number 2, Rejoice Christian. Fairview falls down to number 3. Still a good ball team.
Lucky they're 3 after the performance last week.
But you don't want to see them in the playoffs, but that was The celebration in Hooker has to be tremendous. After Hooker had been beaten 3 times in a row, and those games weren't even close. Yeah. So, congratulations to Hooker. I like everything about Hooker. The train horns, they got to get rid of those. It's very annoying.
We did those years ago.
It's very annoying. Yeah,
I realize it now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Number 4, Christian Heritage, and number 5 is Hartshorn. Some have Rejoice Christian at number 2, but if you're Hooker, and I think if you beat the number 1 team, I think that's quality of win. I think that would bump you up. Is that how you would look at?
Well, yeah. We have Rejoice Christian too.
Yeah, I'm just after one publication had Rejoice Christian number 1.
Well, yeah, no, I know that's crazy.
I'll make sure we're not talking out loud. Rejoice Christian is 6-1 on the year. Lost to Cassia Hall, a 3A program. Beat Hartshorn. They beat a number 5 team, which is a good victory there. They beat Pecola by 7. That's a good victory as well. Also beat Christian Heritage. So they do have 3 quality wins. I think Hooker has the best win.
Yeah, no doubt.
Everyone thought Fairview was going to go through everything. And so,
well, I know I did.
Yeah. So all 3 of us went with Fairview. Yep. So as how
I locked it.
How it goes there. So Chris Frost said, did anybody see the Elgin Weatherford pick 6 highlight?
Ronnie?
It was awesome. I was there in the stands. It looked like Weatherford was going. Oh, it cut off on our screen. Let me get Chris on here. Chris, appreciate the comment. Looked like Weatherford was going to get it, and Elgin's Bryce Martin jumping for the ball. Huh. Yeah, we'll have to check that one out. Is that good enough for Elgin to leap Wagner in the 4A rankings?
Who knows?
That's coming up here in just a second. Thanks for the comment. We wouldn't have known that.
No.
I did not get to watch the Elgin Weatherford. You have to select what games. You kind of go back and forth. Just so many out there to look at each week. Okay, so we have made our way to 2A. Is that where we're at now?
I believe that's correct.
Okay, 2A2 football. Number 1, Vian. Number 2, Adair. Number 3, Stroud. Number 4, Davis.
I feel like this is wrong too.
Did Holdenville?
I thought Davis.
No.
I thought Davis was 2.
They were at the beginning of the. Davis was number 1 at the beginning of the year. They played that great schedule. I have Davis number 2 in my overall poll, but when we combine the huddle, Davis is number 4. Stroud and Adair are good programs.
Good programs.
And I don't know if Davis can beat them, but take that back. They can beat them.
Don't know if they will.
Don't know if they will.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's 2A2.
Of course, Davis has 3 losses.
Yes, but
playing great teams, playing up.
When you look at, and we were going to look at Davis because they were the number 1 team. And by the way, if I'm keeping Davis to win the state championship, I think Davis still wins the state championship. We'll see, but 2A2. You could have a state semifinal with Davis and Vian.
Yep.
Stroud versus Adair. So, but we go back to Davis here real quick. Just pull them up. Give a little love to our 2A programs here. If I can find Davis. There we go. So they're 4-3. They're 4-0 in district play. They got Holdenville coming up here next week. Lost to Pauls Valley. How good is Pauls Valley? Lost to Sulphur. How good Sulphur?
Really good.
And they lost to Plainview.
They were really good.
And Plainview is a team that we didn't have on our radar, but have come through. So that's why Davis, 3 losses, but I guarantee you if the upper part of this Vian, Adair, and Stroud played Davis' schedule, they might be in the same
100%. 100%.
All right. But if there was a power ranking, I had Davis above those.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
2A1 football rankings. Number 1, Washington. Number 2, Millwood. Number 3, Metro Christian. Number 4, Jones. And number 5 is Marlowe.
Yep.
We look at those teams, and number 1, number 2, and number 3 have been pretty steady. Jones and Marlowe have been moving up and down. Marlowe stays at number 5 as they take number 1 to overtime. And Millwood has been dominant. So I feel really strong about that top 5 in 2A1 football.
If Millwood had a kicking game, they could very well still be undefeated and be having a conversation about Washington Millwood.
Yeah. So if I were to forecast the playoffs, you would have perhaps like Millwood versus Marlowe in one semifinal and Washington and Metro Christian in one semifinal. So 2A1 kind of plays out bracket-wise. We'll see how everything plays out, if it plays out that way. But anyway. Okay, so we have made our way to Class 3A football rankings here on the High School Huddle. They are number 1, Lincoln Christian. Number 2, Heritage Hall. Number 3, Sulphur. Number 4, Plainview. And number 5, Cassia Hall. How about that top 5 rankings?
That's a great top 5. 3A. I think 4A is the best class, top to bottom. I would say 3A is right there, right after that. But boy, I tell you, Sulphur, man, Sulphur's very capable of winning a state title this year.
Yeah.
Very capable.
You look at the Bulldogs of Sulphur High School, they're 6-1. Their only loss came in week 1 or week 0, first game of the year against Washington in overtime. Yeah. They've also beaten Davis. They went down and played Davis, a class. They've also beat Perkins Tryon on the season as well. They've also beaten Bristow. So that 3A is healthy. If you're to go Chris Evans, is what I would forecast. One state semifinal, Heritage Hall against Lincoln Christian. Oof. The top 2 teams playing each other in state semifinals. So we see that perhaps in 4A and in 5A perhaps if everything goes.
Give me Lincoln Christian.
Lincoln Christian. Yeah. Okay. We'll save that pick.
Yep.
Lincoln Christian would have to get by North Rock Creek or Perkins. Mm-hmm. Heritage Hall, maybe Idabel.
Yeah.
Or
Ronnie's Idabel.
Yeah.
I love Idabel.
The bottom. How about my forecast? First round playoff, Sulphur against Pauls Valley.
Holy smokes. God, that'll tough pick them right there.
Yeah.
I'd take Sulphur, but boy, that'd be a ball game.
Because Sulphur is going to win the District 2. And then I think Heritage Hall, Plainview, and North Rock Creek are probably the 3 teams above Pauls Valley.
I agree.
If it's not Pauls Valley, it's North Rock Creek.
Right.
How about that first round playoff game?
Man, that's big.
Dominic says, great top 5. Let's go Plainview.
I'm with you, Dom.
All right. Class 4A. Number 1, the Wagner Bulldogs.
Obviously.
Number 2, the Elgin Owls. Number 3, the Tuttle Tigers. Number 4, the Blanchard Lions. And coming back in, because Grove was number 5, so they got beat last week, we bring back the Bethany Broncos.
Yep.
In the top 5 of Class 4A.
That's a bunch of good football teams right there.
That is a bunch of great football teams.
Oh, boy. I think we found what he was talking about.
Ronnie's checking out Noble Altus. We have not seen that yet. So let's stay focused here, Phil, on the 4A bracket. Elgin, more than likely, could go up against Wagner or Tuttle or Blanchard in a state semifinal. So 3 of the top 4 teams we think will happen here. Here's what happens. Wagner and Elgin more than likely are going to win their district. They're on the one side of the bracket. The loser between Tuttle and Blanchard, they're on the same bracket as Elgin and Wagner. Right. So when we get to the game of the week, which will be Tuttle and Blanchard, that game is huge. Not only win the district championship, but you stay away on the other side of the bracket.
Is that a case where the loser wins?
Well, the loser of Tuttle Blanchard, my forecast has playing Clinton in the first round.
Okay.
Tuttle Blanchard beats Clinton. Then they have to beat Wagner.
Okay, the winner wins.
Then they have to beat Elgin.
Yeah, winner wins.
Get to the state championship.
Winner wins.
How huge is Friday night in Tuttle, Oklahoma?
Big.
If you win that game, if you're Tuttle Blanchard, if you win that game, Elk City, first round, more than likely either Poto, Ada, or Sallisaw. And then Weatherford or Bethany in the state semifinals.
Wow.
If everything goes as projected.
So you're saying it's a big game.
It's a little bit of a big game in Class 4A.
This one might leave me in a little bit more than normal.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to get if you had more customers in Blanchard or Tuttle.
Tuttle so far. So, I mean,
Phil can be persuaded. I just know if you can be persuaded.
I can be persuaded.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Check. Yeah.
I'm open.
Zeros. I'm always up for persuasion with any.
So we're always talking about the big 3, big 4, big 5, Bethany.
Yeah. Big 4.
Big 4.
Big 5-ish.
But there's going to be some great other games as well. So 4A is
loaded.
Awesome. It's going to be awesome. Class 5A rankings. Number 1, Carl Albert. Number 2, Dell City. Number 3, Lawton MacArthur. Number 4, the Guthrie Blue Jays. And the number 5 team is the McAllister Buffaloes. Ronnie does not completely agree with those rankings.
Those are fine.
Oh,
now it's good.
He was throwing a fit when we were on commercial break.
That's fine. No, those are fine. That's okay.
Okay.
After one, it really don't matter. You can put whatever you want.
Well put.
Well, yeah. Well, so when you look at 5A, I have Newcastle number 6. Guthrie could finish second in the district behind Carl Albert if Carl Albert does what we think, and Guthrie finishes second. I'm telling you, I watched Newcastle for the first time lengthwise. You don't want to play Newcastle.
Yeah.
They got a quarterback that can run and throw.
Yeah.
They're playing. They still have district champions on their championship on their mind. Newcastle is a good team.
Yep.
And just think if they were still in 4A, throw them into that mix.
Wow.
But Newcastle, highly impressed what I saw from them. So 5A1 is going to be hard to decipher. Midwest City's already beat McGinnis. So
soundly.
14-11.
Yeah, soundly.
But Lott MacArthur and Newcastle still have something to decide there. So 5A1 is going to be heavy on the bottom of the schedule. So Guthrie will have a tough game no matter who that is.
Yeah.
So Guthrie and Lawton will fight for that 2-3
That would be a
spot
home game, right?
if Guthrie finishes second.
Yeah. So it's like spotting 21 points.
Yeah, spotting 21. But yeah. And then you look at the 5A East. Pryor, Claremore, Booker T, Collinsville. Collinsville's out of the top, my top 10.
Yeah.
But you have, who knows what you're going to get week to week on the East side, which I think is great.
Yeah, it is good. I mean, 5A is still, we always beat up on 6A1 and 6A2 as far as depth, but 5A is right there with them, right? I mean, you get much beyond 6 in our rankings, and it starts getting, pretty dicey.
I still think we'll have some good games.
Yeah, we'll have some good games.
And the ability that Carl Albert and Dill City have brought in a lot of transfer players puts them off to the side of a lot of teams in the district there. But I still, I won't geek out on the 5A bracket.
You could.
We'll kind of say that a little bit
T-Fred
later.
had something to say.
T-Fred says if McGinnis wins out, they are district champions. Yes. No, there's
So
three teams.
does Guthrie. They went out.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
It's true for a lot of teams.
But McGinnis, Lott MacArthur, and Newcastle can all win that district.
Yeah.
McGinnis has already gotten a loss, though, T-Fred, so they can't slip up anymore.
No.
They can't slip up anymore. Right now, Lott MacArthur and Newcastle are the undefeated teams there.
Yep.
Midwest City hanging out, trying to see who goes to Carl Albert first game of the playoffs.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, so those are big games. Kenny Gillespie, Guthrie will beat Carl Albert.
All righty there.
I'm open for bets.
The line is open. The line is open.
That's 405-906-0471.
It is in Jelsma.
It is in Jelsma.
All right. Class 6A2 rankings. Number 1, Muskogee. Choctaw, the new number team at number 2 after the 7-point victory over Stillwater. Stillwater drops to number 3. Sand Springs, number 4. And Piedmont, number 5. Ronnie is shaking his head already.
What's wrong, Ronnie?
Where's PC North? Why is PC North?
They get no respect.
6-1.
We both wanted them in there.
I wanted them 5.
Yeah.
I got them number 5 in my poll.
How'd they not end up there?
You had number 5 on your poll?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, when you look at
support Ronnie.
Okay. Yeah. When you look at PC North, I've looked at this one. They are 4-0 in district play.
Yes,
correct.
The best team on their schedule, they lost to.
Oh, who's that?
Putnam City.
Putnam City.
So that's why Putnam City.
Was that a tight game?
PC North, Putnam City was Putnam City. Where are you at? 21-7.
21-7.
21-7.
The best defense in 6A2 gave up 21 points to Putnam City.
Putnam City.
It means work on the offense. That's not bad.
That's right.
3 touchdowns in the game is not bad.
Right.
Not bad.
That's right.
With 6A2 being down from years past, teams like PC North are having a great year.
Yeah. Good for those kids.
Yeah.
That's good to see.
It's been a while since they've had some confidence over there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So PC North, who we'll have in our top 10 games of the week here as they play Sapulpa, then they play Sand Springs, then they play Muskogee.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that defense plays up.
That's the great thing about sports. You get to play it on the field.
That's a great opportunity right there.
I'll have more PC North. I got PC North made the no card.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time, PC North is on a no card.
Right there. Ronnie's got him too. Ronnie's a big fan of PC North.
The Panthers. Aaron Ivey.
Cool.
6A2, Dallas says Sand Springs is my dark horse in 6A2. That quarterback is a stud. He is talking about Easton Webb. He is a stud. 6A2, I can maybe look at it here real quick, see
Just stand corrected. PC North gave up 14 points. They threw a pick six.
Thanks for the correction.
Thank you, Hester.
The defense gave up 14. Oh, threw a pick six. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what were we going with here? Oh, Sand Springs. Sand Springs more than likely will have a first-round bye, along with Choctaw, Muskogee, and either Stillwater or Piedmont.
Yep.
Remember, 6 of the top 8 teams in each district qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
In other classes, it's 4 of the top 8. Yeah. So more teams get off into the playoffs in that. And I think I have some East and Webb numbers coming up here in a second, Dallas, but you're absolutely correct there. But Sand Springs would have to either play Piedmont or Stillwater in the second round.
Yeah.
And then they would have to more than likely go against Choctaw. So Pump City North, if they win, or if they finish, PC North could play Choctaw first round.
Yeah.
Or they could play, I got PC North playing either Choctaw or the winner between Stillwater and Piedmont in the second round. So tough sledding for PC North once we get there. But PC North is 6-1 on the season. So more notes on Easton Webb and the Sand Springs Sendites. I agree. Sand Springs has the tough schedule.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about them here in a minute.
Schedule.
All right, 6A1 rankings. Changed up a little bit. Number 1, Owasso, undisputed number 1. Number 2, Bixby. Number 3, Union. Number 4, Jinx. And number 5, Deer Creek. Jinx shuts out Deer Creek 28-0. Deer Creek drops 2 spots. Union and Jinx bump up 1 spot. Owasso and Bixby command the number 1 and number 2 spot.
Yeah, I think Owasso is the best team in the state by a bunch right now.
Phil's going to get that. Phil's going to have that Fairview luck on Owasso. Keeps talking like that.
No, but you agree with me.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not bad luck like you.
You have time to think about it.
I am bad luck.
Who was your 6A state championship preseason?
Bixby.
Bixby?
Yep.
Phil?
Jinx.
Mine was Jinx as well.
Laugh at the Trojans. Go ahead. Stir them up a little bit.
I think Jinx and Owasso.
You should keep your pick then.
I may.
You should.
Well, there's a lot of football left. Got 3 games. We'll see what happens.
It's hard to beat the same team twice in the same year.
You should definitely keep Jinx then.
We may.
If you were to change, who would you go with? Right now.
Yeah.
You can change your mind.
Honestly? Owasso.
Okay.
You'd go with Bixby.
I would go with Bixby.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You'd stay with Bixby.
I would go with Bixby.
I'm a Owasso fan right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a Owasso fan right now. Yeah, I'm a Owasso fan. I gotta see the bracket. If I see the bracket, I'll tell you who's going to win.
Well, I can tell you this. I saw that offensive defensive line live and up close. We all did. Owasso's got some horses.
Lauren Montgomery, he watches that all the time.
Well, Lauren had a chance to prepare for it.
He did. They lost.
Had an entire summer to get ready for
Sure
that game.
did.
Had an entire summer.
He had 36 bye weeks.
36 bye weeks. 36 bye weeks to get ready. What was that score? Owasso?
It's a blowout.
But
I don't remember.
It was a blowout.
Yeah, it was a blowout. But now, with all the transfer, all the moving parts in 6A football, Lauren has seen that now.
He has.
Time to make adjustments.
And he's pretty good at those adjustments.
He is good at those adjustments.
One of the best.
So if Owasso beats Bixby 2 times in the year, if it plays out in the state semifinal game,
hat.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You want great runs.
Now I can still change my mind too.
You can.
But right now,
sticking with Jinx, right?
I have to with Jinx right now. But
I don't want to take us back to 2017.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
But I kind of started this whole Owasso upswing.
You know how long ago that was?
It was a long time ago.
2017 seems like a long time ago now.
All right.
You're welcome, Owasso.
We're going to take our final timeout. When we come back, top 10 games of the week.
10-0.
Get your picks ready. Bring them in the comments as we get set for that. This is
Give me that
High
box.
School Huddle.
At Mosquito Pest Authority, our job is to keep you pest-free. Our signature mosquito control service and pest-proof barrier 360 service ensures that you aren't bothered by mosquitoes outside or pests inside. That's right, 2 brands, 2 services, only 1 visit needed. Don't believe us? We guarantee it, or we'll come back at no charge to you. No mosquitoes, no pests, no contracts, guaranteed. Call Ronnie and Sarah Phillips today at 405-916-0471.
For centuries, it was a windswept prairie until the run of '89 saw settlers scramble for land and life in a newborn town as Oklahoma's territorial capital, Guthrie. Bank First is loyal to the preservation movement that reclaimed Oklahoma's first state capital. And we're loyal to the banking legacy born at the corner of First and Oklahoma Streets. Bank First. Loyal to Oklahoma. Loyal to you.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing.
Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I love to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky. Have you met Clucky the chicken? Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
I have brought you here today to beg you to call Red River Roofing. They have the best trained staff in the state. The Red River sales consultants are experts that make sure every single roof is 100% waterproof.
I appreciate all your hard work.
Please save your questions for the end. In closing, call Red River today for your free inspection.
I'm convinced.
Red River Roofing. Even the kid gets it.
Welcome back. Final segment here on the High School Huddle. Ronnie Phillips, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans. That, boys, is a production meeting.
Give me the box. Give me the box.
When Herbstreit, Corso, and all them get together on Thursday to go through the show.
They're like, Corso, be quiet.
Yeah. I'm Corso.
Well, Corso sits here, and then Reese sits over there, and then Herbstreit sits right here. So, yes, by default.
A cool thing here, I mean, not a cool thing, but worth noting here, Dallas says he would have Ed Memorial over Deer Creek at number 5. That's a great argument.
Yeah.
Ed Memorial did beat Deer Creek
by 14.
Now, Ed Memorial has lost twice.
Yeah.
2 good teams. Deer Creek's only lost once.
Yeah.
Deer Creek has been impressive.
Minus 3 starting wide receivers.
Minus 3 wide receivers against Jinx. So I could see I can see that. I just went Deer Creek playing really good.
Yeah.
I think they're the best team on the state. I think on paper.
On this side of the state.
On this side of the state. I think, but Ed Memorial proved it on the field.
Yeah.
So it's a good discussion.
Yeah.
So, all right. Rick Lewis says Guthrie wouldn't put PC North on their schedule this year for a reason.
Yeah.
What reason would that be?
Well, they had Guthrie had a soft non-district schedule. You know, they played defending state champions in 4A Blanchard, and they played Tuttle, and then we always play Duncan. But you know,
Duncan's been a good series.
Yeah, it's been
in
a
all
good
sports.
series.
Duncan beat Guthrie in softball.
So I could see Guthrie being willing to play Blanchard and Tuttle, but scared to play Putnam State North.
Yeah, we'll have some more information here as we get to our top 10 games on a lot of these teams here. So let's see here. Let's look at it. Last week, Ronnie takes the box.
Gummit.
Takes the box from Phil.
And the lead back.
Ronnie goes 8-2. Phil goes 7-3. Chris falls to
terrible.
6-4.
This is not good, Chris.
You know,
How do you make up 7 games
Dude, you'll
with
find,
3 weeks left?
watch, you'll find out right here in a second when we start paying games, because I did the same thing 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was watching Herb Street, and his record's not very good either. So
Right.
it's a down year.
That's your bar, Herb Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good bar to have.
That's a good bar.
That's a great bar. Mine's Corso.
I was watching.
You both have dogs that you love more than your children.
I was watching game day. I was like, man, I'm as bad as Corso or Herb Street this year. So
the celebrity pickers are normally pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Dallas says, got to have those cupcake games to get the season going.
That's right. That's right.
Dallas knows his football. There's no doubt about that.
Yes, he does.
So last week we all picked Wagner to beat Cushing, Jones to beat Chisholm, Thomas to beat Texoma, Adair to beat Colcord, Jinx to beat Deer Creek, and Washington to beat Marlowe. We all lost the Hooker-Fairview game and the Claremore-Collinsville game.
Yeah.
Claremore-Collinsville, that was a toss-up. 35-34, late score, late interception. Ronnie and Phil both went with Norman. I went with Moore.
Yeah. One touchdown, one score.
Yeah, it looked like Norman was going to walk them 28-7 at one point.
Came back,
Moore does rally back there. And Ronnie was the only one to pick Choctaw over Stillwater.
Yep.
That's how we get to our rankings from last week. Here we go. Top 10 games of the week inside the great state of Oklahoma. Watch this, Phil.
Oh, look at that. So good.
A little graphic update.
Wait a second. Are you sending the pics to Leslie when you get them? Somebody is.
I don't have Leslie's contact.
What'd she say?
Well, how did she know to throw out?
Deer Creek receivers coming back?
How did she know to throw out Heritage Hall 5 minutes ago for her pick?
Huh.
Oh, I don't know.
Ronnie.
Weird.
We have a mole.
We have a mole.
Ronnie's going to exterminate the mole.
You saw me write mine when I first got here. I had no clue.
Hey, Phil.
Terrible.
I got a backup game. I'll throw in there.
Oh, okay, good.
I was waiting for this.
Oh,
moment.
good. I've been waiting for Phil's going 10-0 to show up.
I was wondering where he was at.
Let's switch accounts real quick.
Yeah,
That's right. Switch accounts.
The way to do it is to have two accounts, two computers, make it a lot easier. There.
Plus, it gives us the two times the view.
There's my giveaway. That's why you have two computers.
Oh.
Back to back. Okay. Well, we already got our picks coming in. Go ahead and bring them in. That one got out of order. Okay. Heritage Hall 6-1 on the season, 4-0 in district play. Pauls Valley 5-2, 2-2 district play, 3-1 matchup here. Heritage Hall escaped 28-21 against Plainview. Pauls Valley, Caden Knight, he's headed to Baylor, the running back. Ronnie's going first on this one.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Heritage Hall district title with this win. Pauls Valley has an outside looking in for a home playoff game. Okay, Heritage Hall has won 6 straight after opening their loss to Lincoln Christian. Pauls Valley snapped their 2-game losing streak to Plainview and North Rock Creek, 2 good teams there. Win over Anadarko. More than likely, Pauls Valley will win out. They got Star, Spencer, and Purcell left on their schedule. Heritage Hall running back Barrett Travis is really, really good. Ronnie, those are my notes on Heritage Hall, Pauls Valley. You are on the clock. I can let you know that everybody, everyone's picking Heritage Hall except for... No, everyone is. Okay, I thought I saw that on here. No. Dominic is going Pauls Valley.
That's right. Dominic.
He loves the PVs.
And he knows his football.
Well, just remember last week, Phil, we had the bet with Plainview and Heritage Hall.
That's right.
So I get treated to a cheeseburger, onion rings, and a strawberry milkshake. Milkshake, yeah.
That's right.
Which Phil's not upset about that because we can have it together.
Because I get to have it together.
Yeah, let's have it together.
Yeah, that's right. Dairy Queen?
Wherever. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me. Yeah, good blizzard. Pauls Valley a little more inconsistent. I like the Hall in this game. So give me the Hall in a close game, in a very close game, I think.
Heritage Hall's been a couple of close games this year.
Yep, which is good.
That means I'm next, right?
Means I'm next. We go this way. We still, this hasn't changed.
Okay.
Dom is my guy, right?
So you're going with him?
Well, there's a chance. Next 5 seconds is going to make my decision.
Oh, okay.
I'm a liar. Heritage Hall.
Heritage Hall.
1 second.
Yeah.
All right. To be honest with you, I'm going to Heritage Hall as well. I thought this was I went back and forth, Heritage Hall, Pauls Valley, or Bixby and Mustang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if
it's a nail biter.
If Plainview should have beat Heritage Hallman, then you should be on the bandwagon of Heritage Hallman. They beat our good team.
Oh, I can change it. I
Heritage
can change it, Phil.
Oh, I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
That's good. Good pick, Phil.
Yeah.
Everybody except for Dominic. I like it, Dominic. Stand your ground. He's going with Paul's Valley.
Hey, he's got a good point here.
Dominic says Plainview ran the ball in Heritage Hall, and Paul's Valley has a stud at running back.
He's right.
Very good point. Very good point.
Sure do.
Paul by 2 scores.
Didn't help him in their 2 losses.
That's right.
He's running. So, all right. Game number 9: the Jinx Trojans and the Moore Lions. Both teams 3-1 in district play.
You love Moore.
Sure do.
They cost me a game last week.
But you're loyal.
I'm on the outs.
Oh, never mind.
Jinx started 1-3. They've won 3 straight. 4-0 against West teams. 0-3 against East teams. Trojans allow 7 points per game against the West. That's not good news because Moore plays on the West, right?
Yeah.
Moore's dropped 3 straight. Bixby, Deer Creek, Norman.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 2 really good teams, 1 good team. Give me Jinx.
Phil goes with Jinx. Phil, who did I pick the state championship to win?
Jinx.
I will go with the Trojans, and I think they win it by 4 or more touchdowns.
Yeah, Ronnie?
I like Trojans.
Oh, I was going to say, you could separate yourself more from us.
No, that'd be silly.
Well,
not the Trojan horse though.
Oh,
remember, wasn't that a big virus back in the day?
Yeah, I know.
Trojan horse. Right. So all Trojans are crossed. Phil, you like the new graphics?
I do. They're really nice.
You're welcome.
Here we go.
Game number 8. I get to go first.
You're going first.
Oh, what game is it?
It's going to be an easy one.
Oh, I don't know.
Never mind. That's not easy. Usually you set yourself up for the easy games.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, usually.
I do. I do not.
You have a history of that.
Yeah, because you always know you're picking. He always knows he's picking third.
Oh, I know.
Well, whether I'm picking first or second, I know, but I've never looked ahead like that.
Okay.
Or I wouldn't put Pryor and Collinsville on it.
That's my story.
On a toss-up
sticking to it.
All right. I think everyone picked Jinx, right? Dallas is going Pryor. Leslie's going Collinsville. Phil's going 10-0. New graphics are dope. I like Phil's going 10-0. Here are your game notes.
Young word.
Pryor's 3-1 in district play. Collinsville's 2-2 in a 5A4 matchup. Del City likely to finish first. Pryor wins, and they secure a home playoff game.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
Collinsville lost means they're 4th place.
Oh, boy.
And I think that means they're on the road to either Booker T. Washington or McAllister.
Oh, there you go.
For a first-round matchup.
There you go.
Pryor, their losses. Salisaw, Tahlequah. Their best win, Claremore, 31-6.
Who'd Claremore beat last week?
Collinsville by 1. Collinsville losses this year, Del City and Claremore. Their best win, Bartlesville. But Collinsville has Hell and Memorial left.
Yeah.
They'll qualify for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Pryor, Del City, week 10. Could be a district championship game. Scott Rigby for the Collinsville Cardinals. He is the running back. 4 touchdowns last week in the victory over Claremore. Missed a couple games because of injury. Pryor quarterback, Braden Ward, is a good one. He is a run-pass threat for the Pryor Tigers. Pryor, they won a state softball championship.
Yeah,
sure did.
On Saturday.
Momentum rolls into football season as well.
All they do is win championships. Chris?
And who did I pick to win the 5A state championship? I picked
Carver.
Collinsville.
Yeah.
Oh. Are you changing that?
Yes, I will be changing that. The injuries are too much.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Dallas, what I'm thinking about. Dallas, who transferred out of, the running back transferred out of Wausau? Where did he go? I forgot. I've been trying to think about it all week. Dallas, please remind me. Phil is going Collinsville. T. Fred is going Collinsville. And Kenny Gillespie is going Collinsville. I will be going. Who do you guys think I'm going with?
You just going to tell us.
Who do you think I'm going with?
You're going Pryor. You like that pass run option quarterback.
It's in the system right now.
I'm saying Pryor.
You think I'm going with Pryor? Who do you think I'm going with, Ronnie?
He's going Pryor.
Yeah.
I will be going
Collinsville.
with the home team. Give me Collinsville.
Home field advantage.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Collinsville.
Yeah. Ronnie?
Collinsville has just let us down
so many times.
So many times this year.
Injuries.
Every single week. So what makes it going to be any different this week? Give me Pryor.
Come on.
Give me Pryor.
Come on, Ronnie.
What do you mean? Collinsville's just the biggest letdown of all time.
Ronnie, that's a good pick.
Thank you.
It's on the East.
Give me Collinsville.
It's at Sallee Field.
Oh, yeah. They have Hornets.
Home field advantage.
They have Hornets.
They do have Hornets.
Oh, home field doesn't
And
matter
camera
anymore.
angles are lopsided in
Lopsided,
Collinsville.
yeah.
You guys
On the business.
know home field doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Never has.
Dallas goes Claremore. Well, if they were playing prior at Collinsville, I think he maybe met
He's
Collinsville.
talking about where did the kid transfer to?
Oh, he transferred to Clemson. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Well, I got to put that to memory.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dallas. Thank you.
Now, Dallas did go prior.
Oh, you went prior?
Yeah, he did up top.
Dallas has gone 10-0 this year too.
He has. Same week I went.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's
You had to bring that
up. That's what I told him.
What week did you go 10-0 this year?
Did you really
It was
have to
week
bring
7
that up?
last year. Yeah.
This year, nothing?
Oh, I'm
Chris?
going.
Ronnie, this
never
is-
mind.
I'm going this week.
No, not after that last
I
week.
think he sent me a message and said, do I get my graphic? I said, well, Phil went 10-0, so that kind of just tells you how the week went.
Now, wait. Now, hold on. So I have prior Collinsville. This is game number 7. I have not gotten to the next game. But Leslie's already picking the next game.
Oh, no. We have a mole.
I haven't got to the
We
I haven't
literally
got to
have
the-
a mole.
How do I know this is...
This doesn't even require a board meeting.
We should have board meeting.
Punishment will be strict. It'll be swift.
Game number 7.
Jeez.
She pays bills.
All right.
I think these are Howard's picks.
No. Howard told her to pick Hooker last week. She didn't do it.
She didn't listen to her man?
Nope.
See what happens?
You know what he said?
He knows a good Hooker team when he sees one.
Howard goes, yeah, babe, you should probably pick Hooker after Phil's rant just now about Fairview.
Howard's a smart man.
All right, game number 7 features the PC North Panthers, Pump City on the road in Sapulpa.
Come on.
PC North 6-1. They are undefeated in district play at 4-0. Also undefeated in district play is the Chieftains at 4-0. Both unbeaten. Both have Muskogee and Sand Springs left on their schedule.
Yep.
Pump City North wins this year. Shawnee, Ponca, Bartlesville. Their only loss was Pump City. Sapulpa victories, Bartlesville and Ponca. So not really that big victory for either team this year. Sapulpa has lost to Tahlequah, Yukon, and Grove. Larger schools, except for Grove, who's a good 4A program. Sapulpa has won 4 straight. Pump City North has won 5 straight. Oh. Both will host a first-round playoff game.
Good for them.
Remember, 6 of the 8 teams qualify for the playoffs. So 12 out of 16 teams qualify for the playoffs.
Good for them. Good for those kids.
PC North, 6 wins combined. The previous 2 years, 6. So they've already reached their last 2-year plateau.
Yep.
Sapulpa up in 6A2 again. They were in 5A last couple of years. You really think if Sapulpa was in 5A, they'd be a lot more competitive with the East, right? With Pryor, Claremore, Collinsville, Booker T. Washington is there. So, all right. Leslie has Sapulpa.
10 minutes ago.
Phil going 10-0 has Sapulpa. Kenny Gillespie has the Panthers, a PC North.
Kenny who?
Gillespie.
Is that the softball coach at OSU?
I think he's he's your buddy. No? He said something with Ronnie, happy face or sad face. I can't remember.
I don't think he really likes Ronnie.
Oh, well.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Get in list.
Get in line.
You have termites? Call me. You'll love me then.
Dallas going Sapulpa. T-Frey going Sapulpa. Dominique going Sapulpa. You guys are making bulletin board stuff here, I can tell you.
Right. Goodness.
In the locker room. So
give him more. Give me Sapulpa by 30.
Oh, wow.
Sapulpa.
Are you locking it?
Locking it. I'm locking it. Locking it right now.
Oh.
Sapulpa and my lock.
Wow.
Beat you too, Phil.
Wow.
We do have our locks coming up. You lost it last week,
I
Phil.
did.
You cannot lock
Well, I
Sapulpa
can still
now.
change my mind.
Oh,
But
okay,
Yeah,
I
we're not that safe.
I could lock PC North.
You could.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
6 wins.
That's true.
Some say the best defense in 6A too.
Well, one person.
Oh no, Sapulpa.
Sapulpa.
Yeah.
Defense travels, Phil.
It does.
It sure does.
It does.
Chieftains for both of you, huh? Did you pay your bill?
Which one?
The Popos.
Oh no, pay that one first.
Okay.
Yeah, pay that
All
one
right.
first.
I will go with the home team, Sapulpa.
Sapulpa.
I think this will be a good game. PC North
Supposed to be
went
a
on the
great
road
game.
last week and beat Bartlesville, so they know the road test.
Yep.
And so
I do think this will be a good game.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
No,
going to be a great game.
I think it'll be a good
Yeah,
game.
it's going to be a good game. Really good game.
All right. So Kenny Gillespie, you're on the island with PC North. So Kenny saved our graphic, so we have somebody there to follow in there. So PC North in the top 10 games of the week for the first time this season. Both teams have tough schedules ahead with Sand Springs and Muskogee. Game number 6 featuring the Wagner Bulldogs taking on the Grove Ridge Runners. Grove undefeated in district play. Grove, that one slipped 3-1 to Miami last week. Wagner 33-4 in the past 3 years. Grove needs to rebound from last year's has rebounded from last year's 5-5 record in Class 5A. Wagner has won 12 of the last 13. Last time Grove won 2022 in the semis with that great running back who's at Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
As the year Grove went 12-1, made the semis, got beat by Carl Albert. Kale Charbonneau, we've talked about him already, almost 1,800 yards passing.
Manuel Crawford was his name.
Manuel Crawford.
Manuel Crawford.
Yeah.
Good call.
Crawford.
Heck of a running back.
The all-time sack leader, Alex Schildknight for Wagner, 59 tackles, 18 catches for 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. Groves, Gavin White, 10 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Isaac Sheffield and Jacob Gain, 7 touchdowns receiving each. So Wagner at Grove, Phil.
Layup, Phil.
Oh, it's a layup. Wagner's number 1 for a reason. They're Wagner. Give me Wagner.
Number 2.
Well, if I was trying to cheat, I'd give myself Wagner versus Grove.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, I stand corrected.
But now it's in my mind now.
No, you might do it now.
I might have to do that
now. Wagner by a million next.
Dallas says Wagner turns the scoreboard off. Everybody on par with that. Moving quickly to game number 5. How about this one? Newcastle at Lawton MacArthur. Both teams 3-0 in district play. District title implications on the line in this one. Newcastle has Bishop McGuinness in Southeast on their schedule left. Mac has Southeast and Bishop McGuinness. Newcastle losses this year. How about this? Tuttle, Blanchard, Elgin. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Who?
Tuttle, Blanchard, Elgin.
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
They do have wins over Bartlesville and Midwest City. Mac opening the year with a loss to Elgin.
Yeah.
Their wins, Lawton Ike, Lawton, Ponca, and Midwest City. Mac has won 6 straight. They average 45 points. They give up 17. Newcastle has won 3 straight. They average 34, allow 18. First meeting ever between these two programs.
Wow.
First meeting ever. Newcastle and Lawton MacArthur.
You're up, Chris.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I'm really getting myself. I was just bragging on Newcastle.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Sold me.
This is a toss-em. I'm going Newcastle, boys.
Yeah.
A race to victory in the first ever meeting between the Racers and Highlanders.
Both great names.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Those are good.
Chris has been so bad this year, Phil. I'm nervous.
Hasn't been good.
I'm nervous going because I want to pick Newcastle,
I know you
but
did.
I don't know if I want to since he did. It's just been so bad.
It's been that bad.
It's been bad.
It has been bad.
I think he's on to something. I think he's on to something.
Yeah.
Give me the Racers.
Yeah. Oh, hi.
Fans everywhere.
They see the lights.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, preseason, I picked Mac to go 10-0.
Oh, well, you got it. Yeah.
Oh, you sure did. Yeah, we can throw those out the window.
One of the many missteps I've made this season.
Dallas goes Lawton Mac.
Oh, no, I know. Dallas knows football. Knows football. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Ronnie gave some
Where'd it go?
Bulletin board.
Bulletin board material.
Newcastle.
That's easy. Newcastle.
Where did it go?
We all
disappeared.
All picking Newcastle.
Oh, it did disappear.
Where did it go? It disappeared. What did it say?
I got it on mine.
Oh.
What did it say? Put it on the board for me.
Hold on. Let's get this. Oh, I got to get this on here for you.
Oh, change the emoji. Change the emoji.
Change emoji. Come on, Phil. There it goes. Newcastle. I really thought you guys would go like.
Well, you sold us earlier.
Well, I just give the information.
No, you sold us.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed with Newcastle.
You convinced us.
Yeah.
And they're
Lawton MacArthur does all the right things too, but I was really impressed with Newcastle.
And their schedule is tough.
Yeah. They're battle tested. They're not going to be intimidated going into Lawton. So
no, not at all.
I think it'll be a great game. I can see Lawton MacArthur winning as well. I've been highly impressed with Newcastle in the game that I watched there. So, okay, what do I know? Game number 4, featuring the Deer Creek Antlers taking on the Norman Tigers. Both teams 3-1 in district play. How about this quarterback matchup? Georgia Tech commit Grady Adamson taking on Phoenix Murphy. Antlers without their top receivers last week and lost to Jinx 28-0. Not sure if those receivers are back or not.
Yeah.
Deer Creek, their victories this year: Bishop McGinnis, Edmond Memorial, Moore. They didn't beat Edmond Memorial, did they? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did. Norman beat them by 14.
Yeah, beat them by 14.
Yep.
Norman's key victories: Piedmont and Moore. So not as sexy as Deer Creek's. Both teams lost to Jinx on the road. Norman 31-12, Deer Creek 28-0. Both teams scoring 37-35 points. Both teams allowing 17-18 points a game. So great matchup on paper. Deer Creek and Norman.
Ronnie.
Give me PC North.
Oh.
What game is this?
Huge?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, these are Deer Creek, Norman. These are good teams.
Yeah.
Give me Norman.
Ooh.
Give me Norman.
Ronnie's been with Norman. Ronnie's been on the Norman.
You've rode Norman.
He has.
Yeah, he really has.
Oh,
really has.
I mean, I got lots of customers in Norman.
I mean, boy.
A lot.
Is Deer Creek in your territory?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of nice houses out there.
Oh, I went to one today.
No, this is a weird one because let's be honest, the only people who know if those receivers are coming back this week are the receivers, the coaching staff, and the parents of the kids, maybe.
Yeah.
Right? So we don't know.
And maybe they don't know right now.
They don't know. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a good game. I have no clue who's going to win this game. I just think it's going to be a good game, so that's why I'm going.
That's why we have the top 10. I mean, these are not slam dunks.
No, they're not.
Yeah, no, these are good.
Well, except for Wagner.
Well, yeah, they're consensus.
Elgin.
I'm going to take Deer Creek. I'm going to take Deer Creek on this one. But it's going to be, I think, a really good ball game.
All right. I've talked enough. I will also go with Deer Creek on this one. I just think Deer Creek is a little bit of a better team.
Yeah. But I do too. I agree with you. If they're not in there, I like my chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolling the dice.
Rolling the dice.
Both very good teams, as all these are, as we're talking about here tonight. All right. Game number 3, the Muskogee Roughers on the road at Sand Springs. Both teams 4-0 in district play, 6A2 district. Muskogee, 3 straight shutouts. Sand Springs, 5 straight wins. Sand Springs losses, Bixby and Owasso to begin the season. How about that?
Yeah.
They have beaten Bishop Kelly, Bartlesville, and Ponca City. So this would be, obviously, Sand Springs' marquee victory of the season.
No doubt.
Muskogee, 51 points averaging. They give up 15 per game. Sand Springs scoring 39, allowing 19. Muskogee has won 2 straight, 5 of the last 7 in this one, including last year, 51-13. Jamarin Ficklin for the Muskogee quarterback in this game, rushed for 171 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's over 1,400 yards this year, 20 touchdowns, 7 rushing touchdowns. By the way, Ficklin, his 3 starts against Sand Springs, 851 yards and 10 touchdowns.
Soulfield.
PJ Wallace, the transfer in from Bartlesville at Muskogee, he'll go over 1,000 yards rushing on the season in this game with 9 touchdowns already. They got a great receiver in Beasley, almost 500 yards. Sand Springs quarterback Easton Webb, if he's going to win, he's going to be because of Easton Webb. He's thrown for almost 1,900 yards, 22 touchdowns. His favorite receiver is Forbes, who has almost 900 yards receiving and 11 touchdowns.
That's big.
Muskogee at Sand Springs.
Ficklin is without question one of the best athletes that plays football in Oklahoma. And kid's a phenomenal athlete. We saw it last year in the state championship game. He's just a freak athlete.
Utah?
Huh?
He's going to Utah?
No, right now it's
Utah State.
No, it's Texas State.
Texas State. Okay.
Yeah. But just a tremendous football player. Transfer in, running back, going to go over 1,000 yards. Like I said, that's a big deal. I think it's too much for Sand Springs. Give me Muskogee.
Travis Hill, Bobby Klink, a good
matchup there.
Good matchup on the sideline there. Ficklin, something's in his blood when he plays Sand Springs.
Yep.
Muskogee, Muskogee hasn't played anyone real tough since the beginning of the year, and they started off slow and finished up strong in those games, and then they've cruised against their schedule.
Yep.
This is definitely the tough one on their schedule with Sand Springs. I think I will go with Muskogee, though. I think just too much firepower at quarterback, wide receiver, and the running back spot. Travis Hill doing a great job this year, getting them going. But
they're bought into Coach Hill.
I think this one's closer than the years past.
Yeah.
But I will go with Muskogee in this one.
Give me the Roughers. Well, Dom, there will be one upset, and I Norman over Deer Creek. That's going to be the upset.
That's not an upset.
You don't think so?
No.
Huh.
Sand Springs. Dominic's going with Sand Springs. T. Fred, Leslie, Dallas, Kenny, all going with Muskogee, the Roughers. Moving along quickly here. Game number 2. The McAllister Buffaloes on the road taking on Booker T. Washington. Both teams undefeated 4-0 in district play. So obviously, say district title implications are on the line for this one. For sure, Booker T. Washington. McAllister still has a little bit of work to do. They have Durant and Shawnee. Should be okay.
Yeah.
Should be okay. But both of these teams have won 5 straight in this matchup. Booker T. Washington losses. Muskogee and Del City to begin the season. Their best wins, Shawnee 5-2, Kelly 2-5, Durant 2-5. McAllister's loss, Poto. Their best victories, Broken Bow, Ada, Bishop Kelly. They rallied to beat Bishop Kelly 29-21. I think that was last week. McAllister running back, Jordan Clark, 722 yards, 8 touchdowns, winning score against Bishop Kelly, and the game-clinching interception. Booker T. Washington got a great running back in Micah Washington, 8 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Booker T. scoring 26, allowing 19. McAllister scoring 36, allowing 14. McAllister at Booker T.
Chris?
I'm just giving it to myself. Holy smokes. Oh, my goodness. Well, okay, I've had McAllister.
I'm going the opposite of where he picks, by the way.
Are you?
You're going opposite?
Yeah.
Even though...
Go ahead, Chris. It's your time to shine, baby.
Okay.
Go. Take the spotlight.
McAllister's been in my top 10 all season long. Booker T just got into my top 10.
Just got in there.
Yeah.
Just got in.
Yeah.
And they're number 10.
Yeah.
Just because of the some
Yeah.
stuff there.
Yeah.
Quality losses, though.
You hate that term.
What's that? Quality
Ronnie
loss?
hates that.
Quality loss?
Yeah. Or good loss.
No such
Or
thing.
good loss.
It's a good loss.
I'm going with the Booker T. Washington Hornets.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Ronnie, you're on the clock.
That's who I was going to go with.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, my gosh.
So do you want to go against me or do you want to go 10-0?
I want to go 10-0.
Okay. Well, go ahead. Say it.
How come nobody else is putting their picks in? How come just one person's doing it at a time now?
No, these games are hard.
Oh, no. Leslie got hers in quick.
Oh.
It's like she knew ahead of time.
She's had them written down since yesterday.
No. Tyler had hers in, and Dallas had hers in before that. I mean, Leslie, yeah. I don't know what
Phil going 10-0 reminds him McAllister, best coach in the state.
Well, 5A.
5A.
Yeah,
5A.
According to Phil.
And probably 6A.
Man, this is going to be a good game.
Oh, yeah.
It's at Booker T, and I always say home field advantage is a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
Never say that.
Oh, he doesn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never says that.
Give me Booker T.
I'm going to save us some time. Put 3 Booker T's up there.
Wow. All right. 3 Hornets up there. You like the graphics, Phil?
Love the graphics.
The game of the week in the state of Oklahoma. It is Blanchard at Tuttle. Those should be reversed. Blanchard is at Tuttle this week. Both teams 7-0. Both teams 4-0. This is the 77th meeting between these two programs. Blanchard has won the last 2, 3 of the last 4.
What are they, 9.4 miles apart?
If that, yeah. Blanchard, defending state champions, 19 straight victories. Tuttle, last time they won a state championship, 2018.
Yep.
Both have beaten 5A Guthrie, 5A Noble, and 5A Newcastle. I think both teams have Bethany and Ardmore. I think they have Bethany and Ardmore left on their schedule. Tuttle quarterback, junior Cruz Campbell, the transfer in from Southmore, against the quarterbacks, Hudson Perryman, who came back from injury. Also, Noah Smith, the transfer in from Westmore, has played quarterback as well. So we got great quarterbacks in this one. Brayson Carter, Corey Pierce, Brady McAdoo. How about the star-studded players in this game? Tuttle averaging 45, Blanchard 36. Tuttle gives up 9, Blanchard gives up 16. Brad Ballard against Jeff Craig, game of the week. It's been circled all year long. It is here. District champion on the line. If you win the district, you have a much easier path to the state championship. Lose this game, and you got a lot of work ahead of you.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And I think this is easily the game of the week. Blanchard defending state champions, Tuttle right there.
It's my box.
Oh, it's your box?
Yeah, it's his box.
Ahead,
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ron.
Yeah. I'm going to do exactly what Phil's going to do. Again, we've seen both of them.
Yep.
We've seen them up close and personal already.
Yep.
I think Blanchard. I think they are turnover prone, more than Tuttle is.
Night we saw them.
Night we saw them, they sure were. And I think mistakes are going to haunt these. Is going to be the difference in this game.
One more note.
Go ahead.
Rubber pellets, not wood chips pellets.
That's right.
It's at Tuttle, though.
It's at Tuttle.
Right,
It's at Tuttle, though.
Rubber,
but yeah,
rubber, not wood.
Rubber.
So Blanchard had to get a new pair of cleats.
Yeah.
For the rubber.
Yeah.
Give me Tuttle. I got Tuttle. And a great game. Good game.
Yeah. Always a good game.
Yep.
Man, I want to pick Blanchard so bad.
Well, then do it.
I can't. Give me Tuttle.
Oh.
Seen them both. I think Tuttle's a better football team.
I mean, if I lose by 7 games
It
or
doesn't matter.
27 games.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Say it. Put it up there.
Throw your hat in there.
I
Do
really
you want to go 10-0 or do you want to beat us?
Yeah.
See what I do there?
Good job.
I'd rather beat you guys. Man, I've gone back and forth on this game. Hudson Perryman returns to Blanchard and makes a big difference at quarterback. I would favor Tuttle in the quarterback spot, but Hudson Perryman brings it back in there. I'm going to go Blanchard.
Yeah.
Coach Craig.
Yeah.
It's not a bad pick.
Coach Craig and the Lions on the road in a great game. I can't wait to watch this one. We won't be able to watch it live, but I really think it'll be a tremendous game. So either team, I mean, this is a true 50-50 matchup.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, no doubt. So I will go with Blanchard. So that, boy, we went a little bit long, a lot longer.
Yeah,
This
we
is our
got
longest show.
posts on the for like, are we not having another show tonight? Or
Oh,
what?
my bad. All right. So, best of luck to your teams this Friday night, or if you're playing on Thursday night. We'll do this all again next week as we get set for week 9 and the playoff scenarios get a little bit more in focus. So, that'll do it here on the show. Thank you to our telesponsor, Red River Roofing, and all of our great sponsors as well. For Ronnie, Phil, I'm Chris. We'll talk to you next week on the High School Huddle.